Have you ever found yourself feeling confused or even hurt when someone slowly pulls away from your life? You wonder what changed. You replay conversations in your mind, analyze your behavior, and try to figure out what went wrong. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes it's not what others do. It's what we unknowingly do that pushes people away. We all have blind spots. Behaviors we think are harmless or even helpful can quietly damage the emotional safety and trust in our relationships. This is where Stoicism, the ancient Greek philosophy of self-mastery and rational living, becomes incredibly useful. Rather than blaming others or the world, Stoicism teaches us to look inward, to examine our actions, emotions, and reactions with honesty and courage. As Epictetus once said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." In relationships, this means that how we behave and what drives our behavior can either deepen connection or quietly create distance. In this article, we'll explore 8 subtle behaviors that may be pushing people away, even if your heart is in the right place. More importantly, we'll see how Stoic wisdom can help you replace these habits with deeper presence, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. 1. Being overly critical. It might start with good intentions. You want to help someone grow or avoid mistakes. But when criticism becomes a habit, it becomes corrosive. People begin to feel judged instead of understood. They feel small instead of safe, and over time, they retreat. The Stoics remind us to focus on our own conduct, not control others. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Instead of pointing out flaws, ask yourself, am I offering insight, or am I feeding my ego by highlighting their shortcomings? Focus on modeling what you value, not policing it in others. 2. Not listening actively. How many times do we hear, but don't really listen? When someone speaks, they're not just sharing words, they're opening a part of their inner world. If you're distracted, waiting to speak, or mentally elsewhere, they feel it. And it hurts more than you think. Active listening is a powerful Stoic practice. It demands presence, patience, and ego suspension. Instead of thinking about how to respond or fix the issue, simply be there. As Seneca advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen more and talk less. People don't always need advice. Sometimes they just need to feel seen. 3. Being too needy or clingy. There's a fine line between closeness and emotional dependency. When you rely on someone else for constant validation, affection, or reassurance, it places emotional weight on them they're not meant to carry. Love should feel like freedom, not pressure. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate inner strength and self-sufficiency. A Stoic doesn't harden their heart, but rather strengthens it, so love can be given freely, not demanded. The philosopher Epictetus reminds us, only the educated are free. Free from attachments that enslave us, free from the belief that others must complete us. Neediness repels because it signals fear. Confidence attracts because it signals peace. Image suggestion. A person holding tightly to someone's arm, while a bird in a cage looks toward the sky, symbolizing the need for emotional freedom. 4. Gossiping or speaking negatively about others. Gossip may seem harmless. It creates instant connection, at someone else's expense. But that connection is hollow. If someone hears you speak negatively about others, they begin to wonder what you say about them when they're not around. Trust fades. Respect diminishes. The Stoics valued virtue in speech. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Let your words be clean. Let them build people up, not break them down. Speak as though every word you say reflects your character, because it does. 5. Not respecting boundaries. Some people set boundaries to protect their energy, heal from the past, or preserve mental peace. When you ignore those boundaries, pushing for time, attention, or emotional access, you disrespect their autonomy. You may think you're being caring or persistent, but they may feel suffocated. Stoicism teaches us to respect the individual freedom of others. You are not entitled to another person's time, space, or emotional availability. As Marcus Aurelius put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Let people come to you. Let space breathe. Let silence speak. Image suggestion. A respectful figure standing at a door with a calm expression, hands in their pocket, while the sign on the door reads "Boundaries" in warm, non-threatening script. 6. Being inconsistent or unreliable. One of the fastest ways to push people away is by being unreliable, canceling last minute, breaking promises, showing up late. Over time, this tells people, you can't count on me. Even if your intentions are good, what people feel is disappointment. Repeated disappointment becomes disconnection. Stoicism values consistency and discipline. Your word should be weighty, your actions stable. As Seneca noted, what progress have I made? I have begun to be a friend to myself. When you're consistent with yourself, you become consistent with others. Be where you say you'll be. Do what you say you'll do. 7. Not showing appreciation or gratitude. We often underestimate how far a simple thank you can go. When people feel unappreciated, even love starts to feel like labor. They may not say anything, but they slowly withdraw. Gratitude is not just a moral virtue, it's an emotional glue. It keeps people connected to us. The Stoics practiced daily gratitude. They saw life not as something owed, but something gifted. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Appreciate people openly. Thank them often. Never let love go unacknowledged." 8. Being defensive or reactive. Sometimes the way we react is more damaging than the issue itself. When someone brings up a concern and you snap, shut down, or get overly defensive, it tells them it's not safe to express myself around you. Over time, they stop sharing. Then they stop caring. Stoicism teaches emotional self-regulation. You don't control what others say or do, but you always control your response. Instead of reacting with ego, pause, breathe, ask, is this moment worth my peace? Marcus Aurelius said it best. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. Calmness is your superpower. Use it to keep the door to connection open. Conclusion, expanded. People don't always leave suddenly. Often they fade slowly, bit by bit, because something in your presence stopped feeling safe, appreciated, or respected. The truth is, relationships don't just fall apart. They are worn down by small, unnoticed behaviors over time. But here's the good news. You can change. By recognizing these 8 subtle habits, you take the first step toward deeper self-awareness. And through Stoic practice, self-reflection, emotional control, presence, gratitude, you become someone people feel drawn to. Someone who brings calm, not chaos, depth, not drama. As Stoicism teaches, you can't control how others feel about you, but you can control who you become in their lives. And when you become a person of emotional integrity, presence, and strength, people don't drift away. They stay, and they grow with you.